All right, let's talk about a village with a single, absolutely terrifying rule. This is a place where sunset doesn't mean peace. It means the start of a nightly siege by the dead. So yeah, let's get right into this.
So let me ask you this. What if your town, your village, had a deadly curfew? I mean, really think about it. Every single night, your survival hinges on one thing, being behind a locked door. This isn't just about being safe, it's literally life or death. And for the people living in Khandwa village, this isn't a hypothetical, it's their chilling reality.
Okay, so what's the deal here? It all comes down to one simple, brutal rule. The 7 p.m. rule. It's absolute, it's non-negotiable. And breaking it? Well, that has only one consequence.
You can just feel the atmosphere change as dusk starts to fall, right? A kind of dread just settles over the entire village of Khandwa. And then you hear it, the sound of a bell and a voice. It's the town crier, giving everyone a stark reminder that their time is running out. Because the world outside, it's about to become hostile territory.
And this is what he says. It's the final warning. A simple announcement, but for the villagers, this is a command with an unimaginable threat behind it. See, everyone knows exactly what happens to anyone still outside when that clock hits 7. And the rules for survival are so specific, so absolute. It's not just about getting inside, It's a total sensory blackout. You got to be inside before 7, lock all the doors, close every window, draw every single curtain. But look at these last two. Never look outside, and never talk to who or what is out there. Because, well, what's out there? It really wants you to. So for 7 whole months, this grim, terrifying routine has actually worked. It's kept the village safe. But tonight's different. A young man named Dev is about to face a truly impossible choice. All because a voice from his past decides to call out to him from the darkness. And just imagine hearing this at your door. The voice of your own mother, a mother you thought was dead, pleading with you to let her in just moments after the curfew was started. She sounds exactly like you remember her, and she sounds absolutely desperate.
I mean, talk about an agonizing conflict, right? This is Dev's dilemma. On one hand, you have his father's absolute, unwavering law. Your mother is dead. Do not open that door. But on the other hand, you have a voice that sounds exactly like his mother, pleading for her life, even claiming his dad is lying. Seriously, what do you do in that situation?
Okay, so let's fast forward to the next day. After a night so terrifying that Dev's father, Rana, had to physically hold him back from opening the door, Rana realizes he just can't hide the truth anymore. So he takes Dev to the edge of the village to finally explain what really happened 7 months ago. And Rana just lays it all out, the whole tragedy, moment by moment. He explains how he and his wife, Nandini, got back to the village late after everything was already locked down. They managed to find shelter in an old abandoned bus, but just a few minutes later, Nandini heard a child crying for help, and, well, it was a trap, a classic, horrifying trick. Rana could only watch from inside the bus as she was surrounded and taken. And this is when Rana finally gives these things a name. He calls them the Ba Shunde, which means the dwellers. But here's the truly horrific part of this whole revelation. They aren't just random monsters. They're the spirits of the village's own dead. And when they kill someone, that person joins their ranks. Which means that voice Dev heard at the door last night, that wasn't just some random spirit mimicking his mother. It was what his mother has now become.
So, this horrifying explanation, it seems to solve one mystery, right? But it actually creates a brand new one. There's a huge logical inconsistency here, a plot hole, if you will. And it's something that doesn't escape the notice of the village skeptic, a guy named Babin.
And this is the big question. If Nandini was killed, how did Rana survive that night? Think about it. Rana was right there. He was just feet away from his wife when she was taken. He was also trapped outside after curfew, just like her. So why is he still alive?
So later that day, just as the 7 p.m. bell starts ringing again, Dev goes to confront Baban, whose house is right near where all this happened. And Baban, well, he doesn't mince words. He tells Dev straight up, "Your damn father was hiding in the bus. He saw the whole thing. The creatures took Dev's mother, while his father just hid."
But why was the bus safe? Why couldn't they get in? That becomes the real mystery. Bobbin explains to Dev that the dwellers swarmed that bus all night long.
They tried to get in, but for some reason they just couldn't. It wasn't that they didn't want to get to Reyna, it's that something was physically stopping them. The bus was protected. Somehow.
So, right as Dev and Bobbin are having this conversation, the curfew hits. It's 7 p.m. It's too late for Dev to get home, so now he's trapped inside with Bobbin. And just like clockwork, just like the night before, the voice of his mother appears outside, this time at Bobbin's door, pleading to be let in.
And then Bobbin does the absolute unthinkable. He just walks right up to the door and opens it, wide open. You can imagine Dev is completely terrified. But what happens next changes everything. The creature, the thing that used to be his mother, is standing right there on the threshold, just inches away. But it can't enter. It's physically incapable of crossing into the house, like it's being held back by some kind of invisible wall.
And this is the moment. Bobbin lays out his entire deduction, step by step, like a detective. First, the observation. The dwellers couldn't get into the bus, and now they can't get into his house. So what's the connection? Well, Bobbin investigated. He actually went back to the bus the very next morning. And what did he find? Just one thing hanging inside, a Rudraksh mala. The conclusion was suddenly obvious. The sacred beads are their only protection.
And he makes it clear this wasn't some wild guess. He tells Dev, only after a full investigation did I hang this Rudraksha on my door. He connected the dots. The bus was safe because of those beads. So he took that knowledge and created his own little sanctuary. That sacred object is the only thing keeping those dwellers at bay.
So, there you have it. The secret to survival is found. The mystery is solved. The village now has a real defense, something more than just locked doors. A sacred object that can literally repel the dead. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? As Dev stands there, safe for now, you have to ask, when you're being hunted every single night by the ghosts of your own family and neighbors, is any defense ever truly permanent? For how long can a simple string of beads really hold back the night?